Welcome to Days at Dogwood Canyon, a nature podcast brought to you by Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center in Cedar Hill, Texas. This is a podcast that will take you into our 200-acre wildlife preserve in the heart of the DFW Metroplex. Take a quick weekly break with us and get outside with the fresh air, the trees, and of course, the birds. My name is Kirsten, and I'm Center Coordinator Community Programs here at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center. Welcome, listeners, to our Days at Dogwood Canyon podcast. This is a podcast about nature, birds, plants, and us. We will talk about how we all rely on each other to live our best lives. This episode of Native Plant of Dogwood Canyon, we are talking about the honey locust. I like the name of this plant because it makes you think of something sweet that might also be a little bit nasty. And this is an accurate description of this plant. The honey locust tree, Gleditsia triacanthos, also known as the common honey locust, thorny common honey locust, honey shucks locust, sweet locust, thorny locust, honey shuck, and sweet bean tree, is found naturally in the eastern third of Texas, from the Oklahoma and Arkansas borders down to Behar County. It is found in 47 other states of the contiguous United States, as well as Ontario, Canada. It is considered a medium to large tree that can grow 70 feet tall and can have a 30-inch diameter trunk. Its native habitat consists of moist woodlands, bottomlands, stream banks, and drier upland sites. Seems to me to be a pretty diverse, adaptable plant. It is fast-growing and sun-loving, but can occasionally be found in the understory. If found there, it is fighting to reach the top of the canopy to soak in the sun above the tree line. The leaves are pleasing to the eye. My eye, at least. I think they're very nice. With alternate oval or oblong leaves that can number from 15 to 30. The branches are single or compound, and this tree is deciduous. Leaves are a lovely bluish-green in the spring and summer, turning yellow in the fall. Their flowers bloom in May and June. They're pretty hard to see because they're very small in size and yellow-green in color. They blend in very well with the leaves. But these flowers sit in the axils of the leaves and have a light, sweet scent that carries on the breeze. The fruit will mature in the fall and remain on the tree throughout much of the winter. I also like the looks of the fruit, as it is an inch-thick, foot-long seed pod that curls into a spiral as it dries. It's so pretty. It looks like these trees are wearing jewelry. The bark also has some personality. It is smooth at a young age, but becomes gray and fissured in latitudinal plates as it grows older. The seed pods are quite sweet, and the honey-like substance in the young pods can be eaten. The honey locust can grow tall enough with an acceptable spread to offer a nice shaded area beneath. So far, this tree sounds pretty sweet, doesn't it? Well, I've left out the locust or nasty part until now. This tree grows thorns on the branches and trunk. Now, these are no ordinary thorns. These thorns are 3-pronged and can grow up to 3 inches in length. Talk about doing some damage. These thorns are sharp enough and long enough to use as pins to hold fabric together, card wool, and spearfish. But this is just one small annoyance that can be overlooked because the benefits that these trees provide are so numerous. They offer great shade and safe nesting areas to birds and small mammals. Many animals like to eat the seed pods and the seeds within. The flowers offer nectar to butterflies and native bees, and it is a beautiful tree to look at. It is also the host plant to 3 butterflies and moths. The silver-spotted skipper, one of my favorite butterflies and the largest species of skipper in the U.S., the bicolored honey locust moth, and the bisected honey locust moth, both of which are quite pretty to look at and vital to insect-eating nocturnal animals such as bats. You can plant a honey locust in your yard here in Texas. It can grow in full and part sun. It is drought tolerant and can handle being planted in soils containing clay, which is great because pretty much everywhere in Texas contains clay. It does require good drainage and may need additional watering in severe drought conditions, but for the most part, it can handle whatever Texas has to throw at it. It does grow quickly and live a long time. Definite plus there. So it's great for a shade tree option in your yard. Of course, do keep in mind the 3-inch thorns and maybe plan to put this farther away from any walking paths on your property. Where can you see a honey locust at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center? We have one growing in our Nature Play Center. Now don't worry, it's not near any of the play equipment that children play on. It is about 10 feet past the entrance sign to the left, set back from the walking path. You can clearly see the tree, but you won't accidentally run into it as long as you stay on the walking path. I love going out in the springtime and checking on the progress of the leaves, and then in fall watching the seed pods grow. In the winter, the pods have spiraled into such beautiful shapes and will clack in the breeze. I hope to see all of you out at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center soon, looking for the honey locust.